Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Zero Hour. We'll be covering a lot of important stories this week, chief among them, Baltimore. But we also have the Trans-Pacific Partnership to deal with. We also have our ongoing problem of poverty. We will be discussing poverty as well, and we will be discussing the dynamics of the political situation and how they may or may not change with the entrance of Bernie Sanders into the presidential race. Now, let's talk about that for a second. Right now, we have a situation where the Republican Party is in an escalating cycle of madness. It has become a situation where Republicans are now, in order to win the nomination, feel they have to one-up each other in their extremism. It is, frankly, a frightening spectacle to watch as a party panders to the hardcore of its base, a hardcore which is out of touch with American public opinion, represents perhaps 25% of the population, wildly at odds, according to the polls, with the opinions of the vast majority. Now, for a quick refresher, the vast majority of Americans support expanding Social Security benefits and taxing millionaires to do it. The vast majority of Americans support stronger minimum wage. The vast majority of Americans support reducing wealth inequality and ensuring that more people in this country have access to health care. The vast majority of Americans support a stronger wage growth for the middle class. The vast majority of Americans support jobs programs and repairing infrastructure. The vast majority of Americans support higher corporate taxes, on and on and on and on. But you do have that 25% that is extreme, that is going to pick the Republican candidate in their race for the bottom. Who knows who will benefit from that? We'll talk about that a little bit too. But the thing to remember here is that because we have a two-party system and an all-or-nothing process, once one of those extremists wins the Republican nomination, they have a good shot at becoming president, a frighteningly good shot, however it works out. So let's turn our attention to the Democratic side for a second here. Now, on the Democratic side, so far, we've had one declared candidate, Senator and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and we've had a candidate who has professed interest, and that is Martin O'Malley, former governor of Maryland. Now, events in Baltimore, where O'Malley was once mayor, may alter his chances significantly. This week, we learned that Senator Bernie Sanders will be entering the race as well. Why is this significant? Well, I think it's significant for a couple reasons. Number one, Bernie Sanders is going to force discussion of a number of these issues which I listed, number of these issues about which the American people are very concerned. Number two, Hillary Clinton, at least in her past campaigns, has been something of a war hawk, and we need that to be debated as well. Foreign policy and military policy needs to be a subject of debate. And number three, we need a conversation. The Democratic Party, to be democratic with a small d, needs to have a primary, and that's our thought. I am RJ Eskow, and this is the Zero Hour.